It's an interesting like little figure thing in there, like swimming through from the divine realms into, it's either someone with a crown on or a like an American Indian type hat thing, like headgear. Hang on, let me just look at this. It is okay. Let me feel into it, because it represents a soul from lost souls that are holding wisdom are coming back into Earth Realm. They're finding their way back into Earth Realm through these portals in a really gentle way that's allowing them to come and use the information they've gathered, or the information that's stored in their soul, to assist. And so the way that that is happening is that for those of us that are connected to the universal blueprint and have the universal codes activated, we are able to draw through help from the different dimensions that have these souls that were once essentially locked or stuck in that in-between realm. And so we're guiding them into our portals through this heart portal, right, which resonates. It's only going to call in the ones that hold those resonating codes to your heart, and allowing for them to utilize their energies through your heart which is going to help or support your divine mission, because they're ultimately supporting the bigger picture, but they're also supporting the individual that their energies are working through. And the only way that they can work with these individuals is if they have the same kind of coding. This is the point. The energies that they hold is going to help amplify the codes that are necessary for the Ascension process to be amplified at a faster pace. So all was not lost. So if any souls that have been stuck in the in-between, supposedly stuck in the in-between realms, or got themselves lost in those in-between realms, because we've opened up the portals through all of the dimensions from Earth Realm into the universal blueprint, they can now be drawn to the portals that allow, like the light, right? Because essentially it's light. They're finding their way naturally, being drawn to the light, those portals, to be able to assist. And it's kind of activating the memories within their soul DNA and rebooting their purpose, so that it's drawing them out of the space where they were unsure of what to do or where to go or what their purpose was. It was kind of like a memory lapse, essentially. And so some of the souls have been in that in-between space for a very long time, unable to figure out what or where they're meant to go or what they're meant to be doing. And so there's been an activation that's taken place that allows for our portals, our heart portals, to move through these dimensions and call in or draw to them those souls that have been seemingly stuck or trapped. But the thing is what I'm shown is that the time that's been spent, or the illusionary time that's been spent, it's only because of our perception or construct that we would say that they've been lost or stuck in those in-between realms, when realistically they've been able to deeply reflect and understand themselves. So they've been busy in these in-between realms and waiting, essentially, or not waiting, but they understand the time is now to be able to activate what their soul signed up for, or the reason they were in that realm. And so they've been able to master the self in that realm and now utilize their codes to assist, and also assist in keeping us as individuals in Earth realm on that path with direction and purpose. And so I see this soul that's come through like in a swimming sort of gentle motion through from spirit realm into Earth realm, and he's sort of like popped out of the portal, and he's got his sort of ancient attire on. It kind of looks like he's wearing like a dress thing, but he's also got a headpiece on. It's a little bit confusing because it kind of looks like a kilt, but it's not, because it's only a front and back thing with the boots. And he's got it's definitely not a dress, but it kind of looks like a tunic from afar, but it's not when you get closer, because it's just not. And then his skin is being shown as like reddish brown, and he has a red headdress on, and it has a white it's also got white on it. But the thing is, it's like he's got like this little board, you know, the clipboards with like a checklist on it. And so he's got like a tick list of what needs to be done whilst he works with whatever individual. So he's been able to gain the bigger picture in that in-between realm of how his coding can assist whoever he's working with. And it'll be like, this is not just for me, this is like for others as well. And so he understands what needs to be done because he's being able to see from a vantage point or an observer's point. And so the anchoring or allowing for that energy to come through is going to help us anchor and direct ourselves and get shit done, essentially. And the amplification of the two energies working together is going to make sure it gets done. That's part of like the soul mission of the one that is coming through to work, is showing me that they know the assignment and they're here to keep us on track and get things done, because they understand and they're very grounded. And so for someone like myself who has found it hard to stay grounded, their energy is bringing a sense of groundedness. It is like a divine masculine energy, actually. I'm seeing that's what it is. It's a divine masculine. Somebody who is wise, somebody who gets shit done, somebody who is grounded, somebody who's going to work with me in a way that doesn't take from what he's trying to achieve for his soul evolution. And my heart is now overwhelming because I understand. He is wise. He holds ancient codes. He has not only codes of the earth, but the spiritual wisdom. And he's able to observe, but stay in a space that allows him to feel, but not entertain what is unnecessary. He's not my saviour. He is representative of the energies that are now being drawn through into Earth Realm for me to utilize. He's part of me and a part of who I am. And I'm being shown that I have activated these energies within my heart space to enable what comes next. And what comes next allows for me to actualize and execute the things that need to get done in order to evolve through this next part. So thank you. We got this. And I keep being shown like he's standing in this like really massive landscape where there's mountains in the background, there's rocky mountains, there's rocky, and it's a rocky surface, right? But it's also giving the feeling of a clean slate. That's what it is. Being able to create from a clean slate. I can see like there's 4 things on the, I can't see, but I can see there's 4 tick boxes. So there's obviously 4 things that we're going to be working on to get this next activation happening. And he's doing a little dance, so he's quite excited about it and happy to be here, and very expressive. He's enthusiastic about it. I feel like the Divine Masculine also, actually, this particular energy understands the Divine Feminine to be an equal. And so whilst he will protect her, it's not necessary to see her in a way that she needs protection, because she can protect herself and she would equally protect him. And so as they walk side by side, it's kind of like when they're walking, they're looking, but they're both equally aware and would both equally have each other's back. And obviously where there was a situation, if his physical was needed to protect, he would stand in front of her. However, he would also stand aside if she felt that it was in her best good to tackle something on her own, if that makes sense. And he would just stand beside her and if like as needed. So, and it works both ways. So there's a very balanced energy there of give and take, and protection for both, and understanding of both needs and how they operate. And it's not even something that needs to be conversed, it's just something that is known and felt. It just is known, like where the boundaries are, and also where how they work together as a team. And can have fun as well. Okay, thank you. Is there anything else in the heart space that would like to come through? I can just hear there is a voice coming from the higher realms, and it's because it sounds light, just saying to trust in the divine timing. And this is like an earth realm saying we need to surrender to that. And when our heart starts feeling overwhelmed with emotion, or because we don't understand what is next, or we don't fully understand what we're processing, or for any reason, we need to just surrender and remember that everything is being taken care of and is simultaneously being worked on in the other dimensions. And the information that is necessary will come through the more we hold the knowing that everything is energy, and to stabilize here. Because when we get overwhelmed and when we react and when we're holding that density inside of us, it's just distorting the messages and delaying the receiving of those messages, because it's got to cut through more layers and more density to be heard. And so remembering to daily clear out the heart space, clear out the channels through visualizations, those really quick check-ins where we're clearing them out, we're connecting in with our heart and clearing them out, is going to allow for us to really hear the messages and receive the energies from those higher vibrational realms that are available to us to align with. So if we're not feeling in alignment and we're feeling overwhelmed and we don't know what to do, it's because there is density there and it needs to be cleared. And so the quickest way to gain clarity or insight onto what we're meant to be doing, if we're in a bit of a tiz and don't remember, like, what am I meant to be doing? Is it, why is this happening? Clear the energy centers so that you can gain the clarity and hear what your higher self is saying or sending through those portals to express. Like, listen to the expressions. Okay, so really being asked to clear out the debris. So we've done those. Okay, so for me specifically, and could be relative to others as well, but when you've done the core of the work and identified the core energies, then there's the after effect where it all starts moving through and will sometimes trick us into believing that we're not getting anywhere or we're going to start another cycle. But if you know yourself and know where you are energetically, then you'll know that it's just the residue. And so we have to clear out the residue now. And by recognizing that it is residue and what it is from, or even just recognizing that it's an energy that is no longer being supported in my system, and allow for it to move out instead of reacting to it, instead of feeling it like it was just created, because it's not. It's just the end of it. And it's only going to amplify with intensity if I put the focus or a meaning that has been experienced. So on the flip side, really, if you've experienced love and joy and the things that you want to experience, and those feelings come in, focus on those and amplify it through your body, and amplify it, because they're going to help keep your channels open. And so that's where that saying, the feelings of appreciation, it might not even be appreciation. It'll be moments that you've experienced in your life that have brought a smile to your face or a smile to your heart, have made you feel happy. Stop and think about those moments. Put it into your daily practice, where in the morning, the first thing you're doing when you're waking up is thinking of something that has made your heart happy, and create a bubble around yourself with that feeling from the inside out of your heart. And that also creates a high vibrational bubble of protection, which will offer the protection needed to not pick up the density from being so sensitive, right? It's like a cloak. And so also in the middle of the day, you might want to stop and do that as well. Keep it going. Keep it going whenever you think. Even set the clock, and every hour bring that feeling intentionally into your body. And so that you're keeping that armor of yours strong, that cloak, and also keeping those loving vibrations in your field. And so I want you to practice this for 3 to 5 days. Create the feelings, push it out, create the cloak, right? And see how amplified and heightened you can become from doing this. You are creating a bubble of your own loving energy, which is going to help magnetize all the things that your heart desires. Whoa, thank you. We'll just practice that now. Awesome. What an awesome technique. Thank you. Okay, so he just ticks that off the list. Offering protection. That's how I can protect myself. How bizarre. I just saw the Divine Masculine ticking that off. And smiling. That's so weird. This is the weirdest thing. Thank you. Breathing through those feel-goods so that you can feel it channeling from the top of your body down through your body is also going to assist in grounding in that energy into Earth realm. All right, as well. It's another little tip. It's a bonus tip, yeah? Okay. All right. How funny. Is there anything else? He seems really chuffed at himself because he's influencing my field so that I can receive the messages straight away. And so what potentially, it was never going to take ages. No, I get it. We're ready. Yes. He has dark features and darker eyes. And I can see he's holding his stare as he looks around at me now.